听众朋友们大家好，欢迎准时收听我们本期的878会客室。那今天我们聊一个跟大家的生活息息相关的一个问题，同时呢又是在专业领域可能很多人触及不到的一个问题啊，就是关于多元文化社区的治安新举措的一个发布。那我们今天聊到的呢是西南威尔士州警局与 Cumberland 市议会在去年底正式推出的一个项目，叫做新的犯罪预防策略，就是为了在悉尼的西南地区的多元文化社区提供更多的支持。那么根据这个策略，双方签署了一份合作备忘录，也叫 MOU。 那这里面呢也是主要包括了一些措施，其中呢包括设立多语言的数字公告，发布犯罪预防信息，建立安全交易区域的提供一些社会成员进行二手物品的交易，同时呢还有设立了多元文化服务台，包括呢为社区提供相关的信息，并且协助对接支持的一些服务。那今天呢我们邀请到的呢就是新州 Auburn 警区的指挥部刑事侦查督察兼犯罪事务的负责人，同时呢也是这个警局的第2 title 的负责人啊，他叫做 Mena Worsley， 我们欢迎他。 Welcome。
Thank you for having me。
所以我们其实首先也想问一下我们的警官，那这一次的率先实行的一个试点推出的新的犯罪预防策略的一个主要核心目标是什么？那么为什么会选择在 Auburn 地区来进行这样的一个试点项目？那这个对于区域的多元文化背景来说，对于警方是不是存在一些挑战？
The core objectives of this new crime prevention strategy is to connect communities, particularly vulnerable and culturally diverse communities, with the services and support they need early before issues escalate into crises. As police, we often see the impact when problems are left unaddressed. The initiative allows us to focus on early intervention, prevention, and building trust by acting as a bridge between communities and service providers. Auburn was not chosen by chance. It was a deliberate decision. As one of the most culturally diverse areas in New South Wales, we have over 130 different cultures. Auburn provides a unique and complex environment to test whether this model is truly effective in a multicultural setting. We have extensive frontline experience here and a strong understanding of the community through daily engagement. However, this diversity also brings real policing challenges for us. These include language barriers, cultural barriers, in how police perceive the limited awareness of available services, and at times the lack of trust in authorities. These factors can prevent people from seeking help early, allowing issues to escalate. So that is exactly why Auburn is the right place to pilot this initiative, not because it is easy, but because it is complex. If the model works here, it demonstrates that it can work anywhere else, especially in Metro Sydney. And like our previous domestic and family violence initiatives, which began in Auburn also and expanded statewide, we hope this project can achieve the same outcome. So key barriers between police and multicultural communities include language and cultural differences, limited understanding of the Australian laws that we have here and legal system, and a lack of awareness of the available services especially for people that arrive newly into the country. So for many people from overseas backgrounds or non-English speaking backgrounds, their previous experiences shape how they perceive police. So in some countries, police handle a wide range of matters, including both civil and criminal issues. As a result, when they come to Australia, they may approach police to help them with those same kind of similar issues if they were back home in their original countries. But they'll quickly realise that we don't deal with a lot of civil matters necessarily, because we operate a little bit differently. Obviously in Australia, our primary focus is on criminal matters more than civil matters. So when people present us with a lot of non-criminal matters, our ability to assist is often limited. And we obviously say, look, it's a civil matter. We don't really have jurisdiction or can't help you in that regard. So without a clear understanding of those differences for people from non-English speaking backgrounds, when they come to us with those kind of civil matters, community members may often feel that police are unwilling or unable to help, which is not the case. It's just that we don't get involved in those. So this can obviously lead to community members being frustrated, reduced confidence, and in some cases, a reluctance to seek help or report matters in the future.
那所以与以往的这个社区安全一些措施相比啊，那么这一次合作的可能最大的一个创新点，或者是它的不同之处在哪里？而且呢，现在目前该区域有很多的多元文化背景，那么对于警方的工作会带来哪些挑战呢？
So there are three key innovations in this approach. Firstly, it's more of a proactive policing model. Rather than responding after incidents occur, we focus on early intervention. As police, we don't see the challenges faced by multicultural communities, but we also see consequences when those challenges are not addressed earlier in time. So issues can escalate into crises becoming police matters and impact not just individuals but entire families and communities. So this approach is about stepping in earlier to prevent that escalation and frustration that people from non-English speaking backgrounds may face. Secondly, it positions police in a trusted bridge. So we are in a unique position where we see both sides. On one hand, the challenges with multicultural communities, and on the other, the wide range of government and non-government services available that bridge the gap that we can't fill as police. So the gap is often not the lack of services, but the connection between them. This initiative focuses on police playing that bridge role, linking people to the right support at the right time. Thirdly, it adopts a whole of community approach. So complex social issues such as domestic and family violence cannot be addressed by police alone. This model strengthens partnerships with service providers, recognising that long-term solutions require coordinated multi-agency collaboration. It also helps bring sustainability. So the success of this approach relies on strong partnerships not only with the service providers but also with community and media partners. Platforms like your radio station play an important role in helping us share information, raise awareness and build the trust. So by working together we can improve communication, strengthen community confidence and ensure this initiative continues to grow and make a lasting impact.
So next question is like the multicultural service desk， 它的设立的初衷到底是什么？那具体可以为我们解决什么样的一个问题？那对于一些新移民来说啊，有一些什么样的实际问题是可以解决的？
Okay. So as previously mentioned, the purpose of establishing the multi services desk is to bridge that gap between police, the community and the essential services. So in Australia, as I indicated, police primarily focus on criminal matters and investigating crimes. But we often see community members, especially from non-English speaking backgrounds, approach us with non-police criminal kind of matters seeking assistance. Without the right pathways, they may leave the station sometimes without any help at all. And there's no other services that previously that we could always have someone there to help them. So this initiative ensures that both police and non-police matters can be addressed in one location by directly connecting people with the right services. So in terms of services, we have brought together at this multi-services desk more than 20 providers, and it's up to almost 30 providers now. That includes a number of government agencies and community organisations. So these services cover areas such as family and youth support, domestic and family violence, mental health, legal services, so we have legal aid there, we have disability services, housing and homeless issues, and importantly, many providers specialise in supporting specific cultural groups. A key strength of the model is its cultural and language capability. So at the moment, the Multicultural Services Desk has 15 languages that staff there. We have 15 different languages which help community members feel understood and more comfortable. So, we range from Arabic to Chinese and a number of other languages, Turkish, all that kind of stuff. So if we can't provide you with that service or that language, we'll be able, through that service desk, be able to link you with someone who speaks your language. So for newly arrived migrants, the desk provides practical day-to-day assistance. This includes helping them understand their entitlements, including settlements if they just moved to the country, which is important, navigate government systems and access the settlement support, as I indicated. It also connects them with the right services for issues such as mental health, legal concerns and housing. Ultimately, the goal is simple: to make support easier to access, more culturally appropriate, more effective so people can get help early before issues escalate. And if there is a criminal matter, we can deal with it as well by the service desk referring it to us after understanding what's happened.
那其实我们了解到这个服务台可能有超过20个部门进行共同的一个合作，这种跨机构多语种的合作是如何来运作的？那也是否意味着警方可能在社区服务当中，它的角色正在发生一个转变
？Yeah, so the Multicultural Services Desk operates as a multi-agency, multilingual collaboration. So each day, one service provider mans the desk between 12 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon and answers community questions and refers people to the appropriate service. All the providers, which, as I said, is more up to about 30 now, participating organisations rotate through the desk. And staff collectively cover over 15 languages, as I indicated. We also provide cross-agency training and a weekly language planner so that staff know who to refer to and refer community members to and know what language support is available. So we have bi-monthly training which ensures service providers stay up to date on government and community resources. This model does not represent a shift away from policing, rather it reflects the role police should play in the community. So police are part of the community and complex social issues cannot be solved by any single agency alone. By connecting people with the right services, we help communities address challenges before they escalate, contributing to a safer and stronger community.
那其实我们都知道，就是在多元文化社区当中，报案率会比较低，特别是像在家暴、家庭暴力的这个案件当中。那现在我们成立的这项机构，如何能够让更多的受害者去寻求帮助？他们这个报案率低背后的一些原因又是什么呢？
So barriers to reporting domestic and family violence in multicultural communities include the language barriers, the cultural expectations and community pressures, embarrassment or shame, a lack of understanding the Australian laws and what might not be criminal in their home country is obviously criminal here. So there's all those type of things that why people underreport here. So
like the cultural difference.
Yeah, cultural differences obviously play a major factor, especially in our area. So through the Multicultural Services Desk, our stakeholders can explain what domestic violence is and the laws around that in Australia, what support is available and what to expect if they choose to report matters to us. Because obviously when matters are reported to us and it's criminal, things escalate quickly because we investigate, we charge people, we remove people from their homes and say you can't go back there because we put an AVO, all that kind of stuff then affects the family that they're in. They could be a provider of the money and the wife doesn't work and it becomes all these other issues. So that Multicultural Services Desk is a good conduit for people like the wife that doesn't work. She can go there, seek support and those services come into play. For someone like that. So, as I've indicated, this approach helps people make more informed decisions and increases confidence in accessing help in those times of need, in like that scenario I just mentioned.
And it's like use the familiar, their own language can build up their confidence.
Correct.
To get the solution.
Yeah. So, we're lucky in that regard that when they can seek support and have someone speak their language rather than trying to, explain things to police in broken English where we may not understand properly. They have someone there that they can speak to that speaks their language, get a better understanding, and then if it is criminal, they can come to us, and we can then say, yep, we know that there's a language issue, we know we'll order an interpreter or get a interpret on the phone and then be able to deal with it appropriately straight away.
So all the stuff from the police station or maybe have some volunteer from the community?
Well,
I mean the service desk.
Yes.
You have the so different languages.
Yes.
So all the staff from the police station, or maybe have some volunteers from the community.
So the Multicultural Services Desk is manned by just staff from the organisations.
Organizations.
Yeah. And we don't necessarily oversight it, but our conduit between that service desk and the police, we have multicultural liaison officers such as Moon, who monitor that and becomes a conduit. If there's a policing issue, they'll let Moon know, and then Moon will tell them to come into the police station and we'll take the report.
Okay. So next question will be 对于不同文化的这个背景啊，或者是存在一些文化顾虑的群体，警方和服务台是提供一些什么样特别支持的？那居民如果说不确定问题是否属于报警的这个范围，是如何寻求帮助的？其实我觉得可能刚才我们警官呢也讲到了一些啊，就是如何运用这个多语言背景，所以可不可以给我们更多的一些细节呢？
In relation to people facing language barriers when they come into the police station, we're very lucky at Auburn Police Station because our workforce, a lot of police are from non-English speaking backgrounds, and it's very a cultural diverse police station. So often there might be a police officer that speaks the language of the person that's come in, which is very lucky because we do use our language skills quite a bit. I speak Arabic, Moon speaks Mandarin, so it really helps with having officers of non-English speaking background there as well. And if we don't have that, we're very lucky with Multicultural Services New South Wales. We can call up and get a phone interpreter, or depending how serious we need to get a statement from someone, order an interpreter to come in to Auburn Police Station so we can get a statement or interview or whatever. So that's very common. We're a very frequent user of Multicultural Services New South Wales for interpreters. Yeah.
那这项计划是如何让这个社区居民参与到其中的？那对于一些华人和其他的亚裔群体来说，年轻人或者是留学生群体是否会有针对性的一些沟通或者是一些推广的方式呢？
Yeah, so we work closely with multicultural media outlets such as yourself, which helps us reach specific communities, including the Chinese and other Asian communities, as well as young people and international students. These targeted strategies ensure that that key groups are aware of the services available and can access support when they need it. Additionally, we welcome invitations to attend relevant events or occasions, which further extends our engagement across the community.
那对于未来这个计划是否是会扩大它的一个服务时间，或者是说在推广方面是不是会推广到更多的一些地区？那如何来衡量它的一个成效？比如说有没有什么 KPI 啊，或者是评估标准机制？警方、媒体和社区组织之间又是如何来共同的推进这个社区的安全环境的呢？
Yeah, we track the number of people who attend the desk and use the services as one way to measure the success of the project. So equally important is raising awareness, helping the community understand what we are doing and how we are supporting them. We actively work in partnership with communities, media and community organisations to make life easier for everyone and to build a safer, stronger community together. So just other terms of measuring, like Moon on the way here was telling me of a story of a gentleman who had been defrauded and lost all his life savings of $50,000 and couldn't pay rent and all that kind of stuff as a result. So the service desk actually did really well in this regard because it helped him connect with the services to find him cheaper rent and helped him with housing. So I consider that a success story straight away from that multi-services help desk as a result, that they were able to help him while we investigated the fraud issue that happened for him and him almost being homeless. That service desk helped him to provide housing. So I'd call that a success just there alone.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, and one more question is like a scam. I think a huge population met the different way, the new method of the scam. So do you think the multicultural service desk will be cover about this, some scam situation?
Of course, if there's language barriers and they report that they've been scammed, obviously that becomes a police matter. So if they can go and seek advice there, and if the staff there figure out, oh, this is criminal because, they've had money stolen or whatever, it'll come to us. So they'll refer it back to us to investigate. So there's lots of scams out there, and we get them all the time. So
yes. 所以其实我们今天也通过这个警官的一个介绍，我们也了解到了如何能够通过正规的渠道，通过警方的一个渠道，通过我们多元文化的这样的一个服务站，可以获得更多的帮助。我们可以说，生活当中所遇到的任何的一个问题，不要担心您是新移民，也不要担心您的语言不通，可能我就忍气吞声。那我们去寻求正规途径的一个帮助，也许您可以开启更好的一个未来。我们也非常感谢我们今天澳本警局的这个警官Mena Wesley coming to our radio station, and thanks again for supporting us, and thanks again for give all the audience help. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.